Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing the YouTube hop for the month of January. And for the month of January, the theme was, or is, winter fun. And for me still, we're going to lean with it where I need to take it, okay? So for December, it was holiday traditions, or just traditions. I think it was just traditions. And so my tradition was the completion and of a December daily. I have done a 6x8 album where I tell a story a day for the past 11 years. And in the December hop, we had set up my first two stories, so pages 1 and 2. And since then, I have kept up with it a little bit. The holiday season has been hard. So on that video, we did this story, number 1, and number 2, which has a pocket in it, okay? So since there are on my channel stories for 3, which is a little bit of a flip up that I have, stories 4, flip ups, 5 with the ornaments, 6, there's a flip out. The process videos for these are on my channel, probably previous to this video. So here we are with 7, seeing Santa. I have a flip out here. 8, 9, there's a flip up here. And I've been trying to keep it on the simpler side to stay up to date with it, but the holiday season did get away from me, as it does for most of us. And so I am playing a little bit of catch up right now. So I think, yep, 11 is here. So we have 2 tags with a slice, and then it includes this half page for 12 with this dog-eared open up motion. So that is number 12, her little holiday recital. And then that leads us to story 13, where we all take place. So I have printed the first photo. We're going to talk about Starbucks cups. Okay, that's where I'm at. So Starbucks love. So the red cup love story will be here. I do have a half a sheet protector with 2 3x4s that I'm thinking of using. So we're going to do stories 13, 14, and 15 together. What I also want to show you is just a tip that I've been doing. So for instance, I've been auditioning this one with this journal card, is how I go about using journal cards and getting my text on there. So in the past, my process, so this one's a little bit unusual, just depending on where you want your text to be. So what I mean by that is that there are leaves, okay, decorative leaves. So for me, it's going to be hard because I do have to work in rectangles and squares to have it stagger and fit in here completely. So you do have to make the choice if you're going to have it overlay a little bit on certain things. So basically, I'm just going to take the card and measure where I would want my text to be. So I'm going to say like 2.5 inches because I'm okay with it covering like the middle part of the leaves. And then going down from there, it's another 2.5 inches to get to right around here. So in my Word document, so I have a MacBook Pro. This works with Word. So actually, in fact, I'm using Pages for the MacBook Pro. And I've gone ahead, and what I do is I have a page. This is how it's going. The up top is a text box. Okay. The text box will then pop up, and then you can drag and modify the size of said box. Okay. So that I said it was 2.5 by 2.5. So I would move over the square 2.5 and vice versa, 2.5 over here, and then know that I can move it around and have it set. So this is my 2.5 by 2.5 box right here that I have the text. You can play with text styles that you want. I selected something that was a little bit bolder just because I knew it was going on that card that is, not to say obstruction, but just detailed. It's a detailed card. And then we'll go from there. So furthermore, on the back side, so then I was like, okay, what am I going to do for story 14 on the back side of this? So then I have this journal card along with the ticket from our visit, and we went to a drive-through kind of light display, and I like these going on there. So when I have this card here, once again, I just take the ruler, I measure where I want the text to be, before the border starts. So it's 2.25 in this instance, and then I can go to 3.5. So 2.25 by 3.5. That is this text box, right? So then it's 2.25 by 3.5. And so that's how I have this text box right here ready to go for this one. So again, it's just a text box and then dragging over the measurements. And then I did it that was an American typewriter. So then when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, then I'm going to be on the flip side over here. And I'm going to have this picture and this picture. Now I'll take you along to decorate it. And then I have this journal card. So the collection I'm using that you see me using with all of this is all simple stories all wrapped up. It's the collection. I have some of it on my desk that I've been using my whole album. So that's what you're seeing me use. And I have a 4x4 that I think I'm going to create a flip up with. And then here I did find a journal card that had 2x2 squares. This one. It's not from the collection, just in my stash that I just like the wreath, and it would give like 3 spots for it. So 2x2 journaling areas here. So here's one that I've already done, and then I have the second one, and I was working on the third 2x2 square. So that way I have it all. So then I have this document, and then I will send it to print on clear sticker paper. The one that I use, let me grab it. I'll show you real quick. The brand is called MACO. Okay, the 2 brands I have, MACO, I think, and Avery. Avery, I go back and forth with, simply because MACO, you do get 50 sheets, which I like. This one's only 25. This one is affordable. However, this one comes and goes on availability. So while I have it, I'll have it linked down below. It may be out of stock, and then it takes a while for it to come back in stock. And or if it's available lately, then that's why I've been disappointed. It's been very expensive. Like, I think when I paid for 50 sheets, it was $25, like 24 and change. And now it's not that. So then I've gone back to Avery, which I can't remember the last time the price did. So this is full sheets too, clear. And what you make sure of it is that, for me at least, it's matte. I don't like, you see how it says matte right here? I do have glossy, but I have learned that I like the matte view better. This one should be matte too. Does it say it? Full sheet. It just says clear. But I do believe it's the one I like. So this one's a new pack. So that's why, because I was already running low. Not to say completely low, but I was running low on MACO. I picked this up just to be safe. And so those are the 2 that I usually use. So I will print it out, that journaling on here. And you'll see me put the pages together and then cut out my journaling to put in all the areas that you saw that I auditioned out for my journaling. So that is my system in order to use kind of decorative cards like this, and even the back side. Like, I also, if you have a sheet with the tags, it's great to use it here too, so that you just measure. I think, again, for here, it's like 2.5 by 2 3/4. And that way you can use the journaling tags and print right and have the sticker paper right on it. That way you don't have to, handwrite, your journaling, if that is something that you don't like. And for me, don't get me wrong, I do like my handwriting, so it's not a matter of not liking it. I just feel like I'm able to type out way more than I can fit if I handwrite it. So usually that's why. And then don't get me wrong though too, at the same point, I always feel like I'm behind with my thing because I wait to print a full page of text so that I don't waste it. But in this instance too, I think we're going to go a good half of the sheet so I can save the other half and then put it in my computer again and use the full sheet. So I just always wait to print out, which causes me to then become behind on my project. So let's do stories 13, 14, and 15 together in my December daily and decorate everything and get all the journaling down and assemble it, and we will return. Okay, so let's get started. So in order for my little title piece, this is an acrylic piece that is from ColorCast Design. I am backing it against some vellum to have it pop more from my photo. I usually do this many times whenever it comes to like acrylic pieces, just to have a little bit more contrast from photo. And not that it was terribly busy, I just wanted a little extra something something. So these are the rub-ons from 49 and Market, the Mistletoe and Memories collection. These are also available at a cherry on top. And I picked them up, and these do work on photo paper. So a little, side note in case you were interested on rub-ons or transfers, or I think they're called rub-ons. They usually go called rub-ons. So I went with like kind of a big gold starburst, and then I cut out a corner's worth of like a star cluster for the corner of my photo too. The only way I was struggling here was because it did stick to vellum, but it was not sticking easily to the vellum, which is why I'm like struggling royally right there when I was taking it off. And so then on the photo paper, it works out just great. And so I have a little bit extra details. Now, the collection I'm using, the All Wrapped Up, does have plenty of ephemera that I have sitting on my desk as well. But sometimes the sizing is off, especially when I have such a big photo that I don't you know, tend to audition anything that I really like, and that's okay. So here we are. I'm just kind of putting everything where I think I had auditioned everything out to be. Meaning just placement. So I had cut down the page protector. It actually had 4 3x4 slots, and I just cut them in half. I do this from time to time just for having some page variation. I know that might not matter to many people, but for me, I like to have some, you know, longer pages, bigger pages, a full, you know, photo page, and then others that fit in the pocket. So it's just me wanting to have a little bit more of a tactile experience when I am flipping through my album. And even right now at this point, what am I starting with? Story 13. Some of my pages that need to be adhered back to back, I haven't done so yet because I do want to go in when it's almost done and just add like pom-pom trim and different ruffle trim where I can. I just haven't done it yet because since I'm opening and closing my book so often, I just feel like it would get, not to say like ruined, but just touched too much where I just want to have it as the last step in me doing all of the ribbon trimming. So I added just a flip up portion for the 4x4 card. I simply left the branding strip on the top, and it worked out perfectly. The 4x4 and the 2x2s, not to say I have trouble using them, but in essence, I kind of do just because there's no page protector that really goes with them. And I do have one that works with it. I just haven't used it yet. And since I just wanted to use a card, I made it work for this one. So I am auditioning out the foam thickers, and I do the little collagey words. I have peace, love, and Mary, and I do end up deciding that I want to use Mary. And you'll see it later on that I add it with the poinsettia die cut just to simply match the poinsettias in the 4x4 card on the opposite side. So just a way to kind of have both pages coordinate is at least my thought processes behind it. And then I go through with all of my numbers that I had and added numbers. They are also from Mistletoe and Memories. And here is my printed journaling page. So I printed it out on the MACO sticker paper, and here I am adding it to all those decorative cards, and I'm just kind of auditioning them out for you so you can see how fun it can be to use clear sticker paper to add journaling to your tags or, you know, journaling cards for projects. This was the best way I have found because I used to do it the way where we try to feed it through the printer again. But I tell you, 8 out of 10 times my printer would chew up or destroy the card, you know, the only card I had. And so I forgot who was the first one that ever showed clear sticker paper, but I have done this kind of hack ever since. Okay, that will wrap up stories 13, which I did add the chip right there. We saw me do the journaling with the sticker paper. 14, I stapled the same chipboard number onto the outside of the page protector so that it was on top, and that's just my ticket from the light display that we went to. So that's 14. And then 15, here we are with the Mary and the little one. And I don't mind that something sticks up from the top. It actually gives it some texture. And then the flip up here with this one, and then all the journaling. And this one was wet glue, which hopefully will straighten out a little bit. Okay, that is, like I said, 13, 14, 15. So of course I still have videos coming soon, catching up. So we'll go do 16, 17, you know, everything through 25. So it is in the works, but I'm happy that we got 3 done today as part of my winter fun. So definitely holiday lights, wintertime drinks, and then for us in Florida, we see a sandcastle Christmas tree, and it's really fun. And she actually was the one that initiated going, so that's actually kind of nice that she remembers the tree and wants to go for the Christmas season. So I hope you have enjoyed your time with me. There are plenty of crafters on the design team with tons of inspiration and other projects. I bet there's probably different crafts, cards, other layouts, so definitely hop along. I will leave everyone linked down below, and you are leaving a comment down below for your chance to win a $25 gift card to a cherry on top. Always super fun, tons of products to purchase on the website, and I love being a part of this design team. So thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. Give this video a thumbs up. It always helps my channel grow. And until next time, everyone, bye.